The second problem we're going to look at is the fractional knapsack problem. So the fractional knapsack problem, how this problem is, imagine you are an adventurer and you have a knapsack or a backpack that can only hold a certain weight. Let's say it holds 50 kgs of weight. Now you're gathering items from a treasure room, and each item has a specific weight and value. However, you can take fractions of the items, meaning that you don't have to take the whole item. You can just take a part of it. So you can take fractions of the items. Your goal is to maximize the total value. So maximize the total value that you can carry in your knapsack without exceeding the weight limit. So the goal here is to just maximize the total value that you can carry in your knapsack. There's going to be some scenarios that are going to look at here. Let me just get rid of all this so that we can have enough room. So what we're going to we're going to look at the scenarios here, and we have our treasure room. And apart from the treasure room, or rather in our treasure room, we have a number of items that we are considering here. And the items that we're considering are three items. We have the first item here that has we have the first item that has a weight of 10 kgs and a value of $60. And we have item two has a weight of 20 kgs, a value of $100. Item three that has 30 kgs and a value of $120. And do remember that our knapsack can only hold 50 kgs. Now, the weight limit is 50 kgs. The goal here is, or the question that we need to ask ourselves here is, how can we fill the knapsack to maximize the total value? That is the only goal that we have, to make sure that we maximize the total value. So the greedy approach here is going to be, I'm going to just write it, let's have it here. So uh, the greedy approach here is to make sure that the greedy approach here is to basically calculate the value to weight ratio. So value to weight ratio. So we're going to calculate the value to weight ratio of each item and always take the item that has the highest ratio first. So we're going to calculate that, and then we're going to check the uh, item with highest ratio first, with the highest ratio first. And you're going to see why we take the item with the highest ratio first. So now the step-by-step process that we're going to follow here, the first thing is, since we need to the approach that we're taking here is, first of all, calculating the value to weight ratio. The first thing that we need to do is calculate this value to weight ratio. So, and to calculate the value to weight ratios for items, how that is going to happen now is, we're going to have for item one. So to calculate the value to weight ratio for item one, how that would be is, we're going to have the amount. In this case, the amount is $60. Then we're going to divide by 10 kgs, which is the total weight, and we're going to find that we're going to have $6. We're going to have $6 per kg. So let me just use the dollar sign. So we'll have $6 per kg. And then we need to calculate for item two as well. So the item two has a value of $100, and we're going to divide by the total weight, which is 20 kilograms. And once we calculate this, we're going to have $5 per kg. So $5 per kg. Then we have item three. And for item three, it has a value of $120. And dividing this by the weight, which is 30 kilograms, we get $4. We get $4 per kg. Now, this is the value to these are the value to weight ratios of our items. Just mark that. So these are the value to weight ratios of our items. The second step that we're going to take after this now is we are going to start by taking item one. Remember, we're taking the items that have the highest ratio first, and item one has the highest ratio. So its ratio is basically $6 per kg. What we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and take 10 kgs of all the first item and add them to, or rather adding the $60 value to our knapsack. So by in total we're going to have about $40, or rather 40 kgs left. So we're going to take the first item and add it to our knapsack. So we take the first item like that, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to remain with 40 kgs, right? With the 40 kgs that we have left, we have 40 kgs left. And with the 40 kg, what you need to do now is take item two, which because it's the one that has the second highest value to weight ratio, which is $5 per kg. And we're going to also take all the 20 we're going to take all the 20 kilograms from our treasure room. So we take all the 20 kilograms, then we're going to add a value of $100 to our knapsack, and we're going to have 20 kilograms left, right? So we have now 20 kilograms left. And so since this we as you can see, item 3 has 30 kilograms and we only have 20 kilograms left. Now what you do here, we're going to take as much as possible of item 3. Do remember that uh, you can be able, when you are stating the problem, what you saw is that you can take fractions of the items, so which means you don't have to take the whole item. Now with that means you can take fractions of item 3, and you're going to take as much of item 3 as possible. It has the lowest value to weight ratio of 4 dollars per kg. So since we only have 20 kgs left of space, we can only take two-thirds of item 3. And two-thirds of item 3 is going to be 20 kgs out of the 30 kgs that are there. Therefore, we're going to end up adding a value of $80 to our knapsack. So basically what we're going to do now is we're going to take 20 kgs from here. Not there. Let me just repeat this. So from here, we are taking 20 kgs, the 20 kgs from here. And that means in terms of the values that we are taking, the total value that we've taken so far is going to be, so let's just calculate the total value here. So the total value is going to be the $60 that we got from item 1. Then we're going to add the $100 that we got from item 2. Since for item 1 and item 2 we took everything, and then the two-thirds that we took from item 3. So the partial item 3 that we took, it has a total value of $80. And this brings our total to $240. So $240 is the total value that we got from, is the total value rather that we added to our knapsack, maintaining the 50 kg weight limit that we had, and taking as much value, as much items as possible that we wanted from the treasure room. Now, why this approach here works is because by taking the most valuable items per unit weight first, we are maximizing the value that we can carry in our knapsack. And this greedy strategy basically ensures that each unit of weight in the knapsack is used efficiently. And that is basically the fractional knapsack problem. We have a weight that we need to fit. We can and it has a limit. What you need to do is make sure that we maximize the value that we get. So by how we do that, the first step of the greedy approach is to calculate the value to weight ratio first. Then after calculating the value to weight ratio, we're going to check the item with the highest ratio first. So item with the highest ratio first, whatever space we have left, we fit the item with the second highest ratio first, and we proceed like that until we are able to reach the limit, but we can't exceed that limit. Thank you. Next, we're going to look at the half-man coding problem.